Arsenal supporters were all hoping their clubs would invest heavily in the squad this summer, but even the most optimistic Gunnar must surely have been pleased and surprised by the extent of the summer recruitment. On deadline day, Piero Hincapié was unveiled as the 8th summer signing, joining on loan from Bayer Leverkusen with an obligation to buy of around £45 million, becoming the first Ecuadorian in the club's history. Before this, the Gunners had spent around £267 million, bolstering all areas of their squad, after Mikel Arteta's team were so significantly hampered by injuries last season. While certain signings have garnered all the headlines, could one of Arsenal's under-the-radar arrivals actually prove to be the best signing any Premier League club made this summer? We'll ultimately never know, but it's safe to assume that Arsenal would not have invested in their squad quite as heavily as they did had current Premier League champions Liverpool, the side they're ultimately attempting to dethrone, spent even more. The Reds signed Alexander Isak for £125 million on deadline day, shattering the Premier League record transfer fee, taking their summer outlay to around £450 million, with Florian Wirtz's £116 million move for Bayer Leverkusen a short-lived British record. The German is yet to sparkle in a Liverpool shirt, albeit it's very early days, and he did score a scrumptious free kick against Northern Ireland at Rhine Energy Stadium last Sunday, showcasing his talent. Isak, meantime, is arguably the best striker in the world, not a bad player to add to your squad if you're Arne Slot, but it'll be interesting to see how he fits in, considering fellow new recruit Hugo Ekitike has already caught the eye and how long he takes to get up to speed. Nevertheless, the champions now possess an array of attacking talent, with Arsenal recruiting Noni Madueke, Ebereki Eze, and Victor Gyokeres in response. Eze is set to make his eagerly anticipated home debut against Nottingham Forest on Saturday, while Gyokeres has earned mixed reviews so far, barely involved against Manchester United and Liverpool, but scoring a brace during the Gunners' only home game to date, the 5-0 demolition of Leeds. However, could a less heralded new recruit actually prove to be Arsenal's best? With Jorginho and Thomas Partey both departing Arsenal as free agents this summer, the base of their midfield has undergone a major revamp, an important one at that, given that the player in this position is very much the nucleus of an Arteta team. Martin Zubimendi is the new midfield fulcrum, arriving to little fanfare, even though he deserves much more. First, David Ornstein of The Athletic reported as far back as mid-January that his move from Real Sociedad was essentially a done deal, meaning by the time he arrived in July, most anticipation and excitement had subsided. Also, at the time, Gyokeres was still yet to join, with Gunners fixated on the striker signing, unable to be pleased about anything else until that was done. Nevertheless, Zubimendi is someone worth heralding, not least because the Spanish international turned down the chance to join Liverpool 12 months earlier, emphasizing the attractiveness of moving to Arsenal. The reason Zubimendi was so sought after is simply because he is an exceptional player, as the table below documents. Worth noting that Zubimendi's statistics last season are all the more impressive given that his Real Sociedad side ended up 11th in La Liga, their lowest finish since 2018, losing almost half of their matches. Upon his arrival in North London, Arteta spoke glowingly about his compatriot, praising his football intelligence, adding that he will bring a huge amount of quality, concluding that he has all the attributes to be a key player. Already in Arsenal's opening 3 matches, Zubimendi has been able to show what he is all about, completing 145 of his 167 passes, 11 of which have been into the final third, while 12 are categorized as progressive. The 26-year-old may not be someone you've really noticed during Arsenal matches so far, more a player you need to witness in the flesh to truly appreciate, but he crucially has the capabilities to increase the Gunners' speed of in-possession play, improving the team at both ends of the pitch. If Arteta's team do go on to achieve what they want to achieve this year, the £60 million paid for Zubimendi's signature will feel like steel. Those on Anfield may well live to rue missing out on him a year ago,